I think there are going to be a lot of people over the next few years who are kicking themselves for selling their homes. And I understand why people are considering doing it right now. I mean, a lot of these people are sitting on massive equity. The stock market, the economy feel very shaky at times. And it seems like every single week there is a new conversation about inflation, the Fed, interest rates, geopolitics, and how the housing market is just going to come crashing down around us at any minute. I remember a couple of winters ago, actually, I stumbled upon the Alex Jones podcast. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this. For about 3 months straight, I thought the world was going to literally end every day until I stopped listening to this podcast. But that said, and Alex, if you're listening, I'm not saying you were wrong about any of those things. I'm just saying you scared the out of me. And there's just generally a lot of fear-mongering going on, not just on random podcasts, but on, just the legacy media avenues as well. Then social media makes everyone feel like they should be constantly upgrading their life. Bigger house, new city, better neighborhood, bigger yard, more space. If you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, you're a loser. But I think a lot of homeowners are focusing too much on what they could potentially sell their house for and not focused enough about what they could potentially be giving up. Because once you sell, you still need somewhere to go. And that's where I think people are underestimating higher monthly costs, giving up ultra low interest rates, transaction costs, rebuilding their lifestyle and routines, and honestly, the emotional side of moving that no one really talks about online. Because sometimes selling is absolutely the right move, and other times people are blowing up a financial position that they may never get back. So now let's quickly walk through avoiding the equity trap, when selling absolutely makes sense, when homeowners should probably consider pumping the brakes, and the one question I think every single homeowner should answer before signing any listing agreements. So let's talk about the equity trap, and here's where I think a lot of people get caught. A homeowner will see a neighbor sell their home for some unbelievable number, and then they'll start seeing their own home a little bit differently. Now, don't lie, your neighbors aren't the only one looking at that Zillow Zestimate like it is absolute gospel. So maybe this neighbor bought years and years ago, maybe they're sitting on a 3% interest rate, maybe their current monthly payment is a lot more manageable than it would be if they bought the house today. But then they start seeing homes nearby selling fast, bidding wars, appreciation, people cashing out, and they start thinking to themselves, am I sitting on too much equity to not sell my house right now? And honestly, sometimes that thought process makes total sense, but the problem comes when people focus entirely on the sales price and don't focus enough on the replacement costs. Because once you sell, you just become a buyer again, or maybe even a renter. And this is where reality starts to hit for a lot of people. Your taxes may go up, your payment may increase dramatically, your interest rates could double, you may need renovations on the new place. You may have to compromise on location. So this is where that giant number that you sold your house for begins to get a little bit less exciting as you realize where a lot of that equity has to go now. And in a minute, I'm going to give you the one question that I think instantly tells people whether they're making a smart move or just an emotional one. But now let's quickly talk about the part that no one calculates. There is another side of moving that I don't feel like anyone really talks about online, and it is not financial. It is lifestyle disruption. People underestimate how much of their life is connected to where they live, and I'm not just talking about the house. I'm talking about the routines, the commute, the neighborhood, the coffee shops, the school system, the neighbors, that feeling of familiarity. And I really do think social media has created this mindset where people constantly feel like they need to be upgrading. Bigger kitchen, nicer finishes, better backyard, newer house. And sometimes that is absolutely the right move, but sometimes people are just trading stability for stress without realizing it. And you downsizers are no exception here either. You may think you don't need as big of a house until you realize that you didn't just give up that extra bedroom or two. You actually gave up more storage space, more counter space, more room to host your family for the holidays. So just make sure you're downsizing to the right product before you pull the trigger there as well. Now, the strange part is the homeowners who are happiest after selling are usually not the homeowners who just made the most money for the house. So now let's talk about when people should absolutely consider selling. Number one, when your home no longer fits your life. If your house is creating friction every day, that absolutely matters. Is it too much maintenance? Are the stairs becoming difficult? Is the family outgrowing the space? Is the commute too long? Are you empty nesters? A house should support your life, not drain it. Number two, when you have a clear plan for after the sale. This is huge. The happiest sellers already know why they are moving. They are relocating for family or for work. They are simplifying. They're reducing stress. They are improving their lifestyle. They are freeing up time. They're not just chasing equity, they are moving towards something. Number three is when you're delaying a decision that you already know you need to make. Sometimes people know deep down that they need a change, they're just afraid or not ready to pull the trigger. Some examples of this are inherited homes, or maybe a couple is going through a divorce, their lifestyle shifts, or there are some long-term relocation desires. In those situations, waiting forever usually does not create more clarity. But now let me tell you the groups I worry about the most right now. These guys are most likely to regret selling. Number one is those people with low mortgage rates. I don't think people fully understand how valuable those 2, 3, even low 4% mortgage rates are. Those loans are assets. You can sell your home right now for significantly more money, but still end up financially tighter every single month after. Group number two is the people that are moving mainly because of comparison. This one is happening constantly. Instagram homes, luxury kitchens, designer renovations. People start looking online and suddenly their perfectly good house starts feeling like it's not good enough. But comparison is expensive. Group number three is the people that are underestimating the true costs. And this can be kind of tricky to calculate completely. But basically you have moving costs, taxes, staging, repairs, closing costs, furnishing a new home, higher utility bills, renovations. People think we're making all of this money, but sometimes their actual monthly lifestyle gets worse after the sale. So here is the question I think every single homeowner should be asking themselves before they sign a listing contract. If my house was worth 15% less, would I still want to move? Because if the answer to that question is yes, then the decision is probably more life-driven. And if the answer to that question is no, then you may possibly just be reacting to some market excitement. Look, I'm not saying don't sell your house. Some people absolutely should sell their homes. I just think a lot of the homeowners out there need to stop looking at their homes or their equity like they're looking at a stock chart, because sometimes the financially optimal decision isn't always the best life decision. And honestly, sometimes the smartest move is staying exactly where you are. Guys, if you're trying to figure out whether or not selling your home actually makes sense for you right now, feel free to reach out to our team. We're happy to start that conversation with you, figure out what your home could do for you in the current market. Even if you're outside the greater Boston area, we have a personal relationship with agents all across the country. So we're always making sure that we can help out our clients who are moving in and out of Massachusetts. So feel free to reach out to us regardless. And if you're trying to figure out whether building a doomsday prep shelter in the backyard makes sense for you, then feel free to check out that Alex Jones podcast. I promise you will probably start digging tomorrow after one episode. But in the meantime, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.